What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about T-Bull today. Tron Bull. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Yes, Tron Bull, one of my most recent meme coin plays. Not working out so well at the moment. We had a nice little bit up here where we were in the green for a good bit, but now we are a little bit below where I bought, just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I'm making this video not to express my concerns or express my discontent with it. No. I'm here to express an urgency to buy because I think that it's actually at a very good price to buy right now. From a low to a high here, you can see that we're actually right at the golden ratio where you found immaculate support right there. You literally wicked right down to it and then found support. Beautiful, right? You've been moving down consistently since the 23rd of May over the past few weeks, right? But overall, if we're looking at this zone in comparison, like if we're looking at this overall, this kind of consolidation phase here, you had a very long-lived interaction up here. Very long-lived interaction. Here, you moved up, you moved down, you moved up, you moved down. Now, right, the difference between this interaction, at least I would expect, between this interaction and these interactions would be here, you went all the way down. You went all the way down to the bottom ends of this range. Here, I'm expecting that we find support. We find a higher low in the mid of this range right here, unlike these other two attempts. And what better place to find support than from a low to a high right at the golden ratio, right at your most relative golden ratio, and you're in the heart of this zone. It makes a lot of sense you would find support here. On a daily perspective, if we look at the RSI, you have lower lows in the RSI as of now, slightly lower lows, nothing crazy, but you're in this area that you found support at 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row, 5 times in a row maybe. Even before that, right? You're in this area where you found support a lot. You're also at the golden ratio. You're at this area where you found resistance here, support here, resistance there, support there, an area that would make sense in the price. Pulled back a little bit without volume on this drop, might I add. If we're looking at this on something with volume like HTX, right? Not a whole lot of volume. In fact, most of the volume that came in yesterday. Or I guess the day just started for HTX, to be completely fair, but it came in yesterday. Most of the volume that came in on that wick. The HTX chart might actually be the one to pay attention to, if I'm being fair. Low to high here, right there, golden ratio, perfect bounce, man. It looks perfect. It literally looks perfect. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame and then we'll zoom out from there. Okay, 1 hour. Come on now, give me the 1 hour. 1 hour time frame here. Building up volume, man. What's going on here, guys? Something big's about to come our way with Tron Bull, man. I'm telling you. Look at this, right? Getting volume here, but we're not going lower. And I think we're going to be moving up higher here pretty damn soon, you guys. We could move a little bit lower, right? We could come back down into this wick, whatever, find support, higher low, get some bullish divergence, and then continue to move up. But I like what I'm seeing here. I definitely like what I'm seeing here. Let's see what's Tron Bull doing in volume right now according to its market cap. T-Bull, yeah, decent volume. $3 million market cap, $1.9 million in volume. That's decent, right? What's its counterpart doing? Bull. So I'm sure Bull's doing all right too. Bull's actually got less volume, barely less volume, about the same volume, but almost double the market cap. So decent volume for both, though. Very decent volume for both. I'm sure they both do well. I wonder what does Bull look like here right now. Let's see. Hold on. I'll get rid of that. Bull USD. Sure, on HTX. Let's go. Yeah. Bull. Doing a little 2-for-1 here. Also moving down. Not as constructive looking. It kind of looks like it wants to go lower, though, honestly. Anyways, getting back to T-Bull here. Not trying to throw any shade. I thought Bull would look better than that, honestly. I thought it was gonna be a bull party up in here. People get tribal with their memes, man. But I'm not too tribal with this. I don't really care. I think they both can do well. I bet they both do well. 4 hour time frame. We're looking at the RSI. You've been oversold as hell, guys. Super freaking bearishly oversold, right? Lower lows here. Whoops, I can't draw a straight line to save my life. Hold on. Lower lows here. Lower highs here. You're in this downtrend. You've gotten oversold as hell. You're in the oversold zone. Typically, you look for these downtrends to end in the oversold zone, just like the uptrends end in the overbought zone, and then you start a downtrend or a sideways trend and then a downtrend. Same thing here. So we're very near the end of this move. We might even be at the end of it. And with that kind of a wick, man, I wouldn't be surprised in the least. Look at all the volume that came in on that last 4 hour candle to end the day on HTX. And we didn't, I say end the day because it's on HTX. It's a new day on HTX, apparently. That's how they do their exchange. But for the rest of crypto, we run on UTC time. Oh, Bitcoin's moving down. That was to be expected. T-Bull here. We're probably going to move up here pretty soon, guys. Wow. What's Tron looking like? What's TRX doing? Tron looks like it wants to move up too, man. Tron and Ethereum both look very similar in their positioning, their posturing to move up higher right now. Like the rest of the market might move down, but I think Tron's going to shine, guys. And when Tron shines, memes, people, degens of all kinds will be attracted. Where are they going to go? They're going to go to meme coins. And Tron Bull is a very low cap meme coin. The Tron Bull is the official mascot of Tron. It has the right narrative. You look at the price, man. You move down so much from your highs, right? From a high to where you are now, you're down over 90%. What this implies, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but the reason why it's ideal to buy something when it's at a 90% drop or more, if you assume it will see new all-time highs, is that a 90% drop reflected into new all-time highs, or at least a return back to all-time highs, is a 10x. So if you're like me and you assume that T-Bull's going to do new all-time highs on this next run, and I think it will, I really do think that it will. We'll go over those targets in a second. That implies that you think that this thing's at least 10xable from here, if not more. We're at 003 psychological support at the golden ratio relative to this psychological support. We're also basically at our wit's end with this 4-hour downtrend where we're about to start something new here. And we're finding support at an area that's above any of these other areas that we found support when rejecting from the same area here. Just overall looking like we're ready to break out of this zone. What happens whenever we break out of this zone? Well, one of two things, right? One of two things is going to happen when we break out of this zone. This zone here. We're either going to come up, we'll get a nice little pop, and it'll be a lower high, and this is just that relief rally that eventually sends us to turmoil and nothingness. So that's a possible outcome, and that happens for most meme coins, right? They get their highs, they have their fun, they come out to their lows, they do get a pump, a relief rally, but it doesn't amount to the highs here, and then they go lower, then never to return to the greatness that they once had, right? People buy in because they assume it will, or assume it'll see new all-time highs, and then it doesn't. Relative to this, from a high here to a low here, that is like right in our golden ratio zone. So I mean, we could find resistance there at about 1 cent, 1.5 cents. It's very possible, if not higher. But that move, again, this move, regardless of what situation, that's just the first scenario where we move up, we fall short, we get a lower high, we don't find new all-time highs, then we go down, right? This move, whether it's we stop here and then we go down, or we stop here and then we continue to run, or we just continue to run, we just get a very bullish run, regardless of what happens, this move that's going to come whenever we do break out, it's going to be very fast. It's going to be a quick snap, and it's going to be bigger than anything we've seen in months, okay? It's going to be very, very big and very, very fast, okay? Very volatile, too, if it continues going higher. But the second outcome would be that we do just kind of, maybe we see an initial abrupt reaction up to this golden ratio zone. We consolidate whatever, we find support at prior resistance, and then we continue to run. Maybe we don't stop there, we go all the way up here, and then we do the same thing. We stop, and then we continue to run. Maybe this thing just rips all the way up to new all-time highs too. This second option is kind of like 4 options in one, because all of them point to new all-time highs, right? Something that would take us above probably 8 cents, even 10 cents above there. The reason why we could just snap and see new all-time highs very, very fast is that this thing, you guys, it's literally got, sorry, a $3 million market cap, one of the lowest market caps you'll probably invest in, but it's got $2 million in volume. There's accumulation going on here. If that supply dries up in a fantastic fashion, you can see, I mean, we've seen it in meme coins, man, where you'll get 1,000% move in a day, where you'll get 100x move in 2 weeks' time. It happens. And I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen here. I'm just saying 100x from here is $300 million market cap for T-Bull, for the established meme, official meme of Tron. And Tron is the 9th. It's in the top 10 cryptos. It's ahead of Cardano. You guys, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but on a whole different note, right? Everybody's like, Sui's going to replace Solana. Now people are talking about Hype. Hype's going to replace Solana. Maybe Avalanche could replace Solana, or Stellar Lumens, right? We get down the list, it's less likely. Nobody's talking about Tron. And this thing has had one of the best performing bull markets out of any other crypto. Like, it's just, find another chart that looks like this on a weekly basis since 2022. I'll wait. Nothing, dude. This thing is super bullish, and it's quiet, right? At least in the Western Hemisphere. In the Eastern Hemisphere, in Asia, people know about Tron. People do, right? Western Hemisphere, not so much, right? People hate Justin Sun or don't like Justin Sun for whatever reasons. Maybe they're good reasons. Maybe they're stupid reasons. Probably stupid reasons. You probably don't even know the guy. How can you hate someone that you don't even know? And he's a big figure. Oh, Now we got the screen to blackness. He's a big figure, a very prominent figure in the crypto space, you guys, and him and CZ are buddies too, and CZ is a very prominent, he's primed, man. He is, and TRX is primed. I think TBULL is primed. If there was any coin to take over Solana that I had a bet on, that I would bet on right now, if there's a bet to make, I would think TRX will flip Solana. I think it might even flip it this cycle, you guys, genuinely. And if that happens, what's going to happen to the memes? There are millions of Solana memes. There's tens of thousands of Tron memes. That's a lot. That's very oversaturated, but in comparison to Solana, there's only going to be so much places for that money to funnel. And TBULL, I just feel like it's an obvious choice, man. And again, 100x from here, I'm not asking for anything world-changing. $300 million in crypto is a drop in the bucket. You could see 100x from here like that. It could be super fast, let alone a multi-100x. You know, you can see some crazy growth. But I got nothing else to say. Main reason I wanted to make this video, oh yeah, well, right, we're going to talk about the all-time high potential. Not all-time high, just where I think this move could end potential. At the end of the day, I'm talking about this coin because I think it's at a great area to buy. I like using the Tron ecosystem. I think that it's honestly better than a lot of different things. I find, especially for TBULL, I was very surprised with how much liquidity was available, how much I put in a sizable order, you guys. Like I forget what position I am as far as like overall wallet dominance goes, but I'm in like the top 50 wallets for TBULL. I put in one order that just sent me up there, and it impacted the price a little bit, but I feel like normally whenever you buy at those kind of high levels, you buy, the price moves up, but you're still in the red. You know what I mean? I bought, and I was in the green for a very long time, actually. It didn't, like the liquidity, the availability, the slippage is so low. I think that I'm not the only one who's discovered this, and I think that there's going to be other people who discover this too. The thing that I don't like is like, I feel like transacting from one Tron wallet to another Tron wallet, I feel like that fee is higher than the Solana wallet, to be fair. But it's just as fast, and it's fine, and it's the road less traveled, and the road less traveled in crypto tends to be the one that's paved with gold. You know what I mean? I think this thing's gonna light the way for sure. But I got nothing else to say. I just think it's at a good area to buy. Hit the like button, subscribe. None of this is financial advice. It's a meme coin. You know, do or don't. Do what you want, but definitely don't put money in that matters to you. Don't put in your life savings. Right? I put in some money just for funsies, but I'm not trying to bet the farm on this thing, because a little bit of fun money could turn into a lot of money. That makes a difference. That's nice. But if you put a lot of money, if you put your life savings into a meme coin that you just heard some YouTuber say it could do 100x or more, it could happen next month, and you put your life savings in there, and then the meme coin crashes and goes to zero, you're not going to look back and be like, screw that guy. You're going to look back and be like, I'm an idiot. Why did I put my life savings in a meme coin, right? Why? Of course I lost all my money. And I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen here, right? It probably works out for you. I'm just saying, don't set yourself up. Stupid games get stupid prizes, right? Don't set yourself up for that kind of stuff. If you put a little bit of money in here, it could turn into a lot of money. That should be good enough, right? Like literally $100, man. If that 100x's, you're turning that into $10,000. What, why not? If $100 isn't a lot of money to you, but 10,000 is, and you only have $10,000 to your name, maybe don't bet that whole 10,000, but $100, it could, I'm just saying. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm done talking. I'm done with my sales pitch. I say sales pitch. I'm not paid to talk about this. This is just my thoughts. It's a genuine analysis, genuine consideration of a meme coin play that I think is going to do really well, and we're just waiting, sitting on our hands. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye.